Hi, and welcome back to week 6. This week we're going to start a couple of weeks on waves. Waves are really cool. They are very different, and there's lots of different kinds. This week we're just figuring out if waves absorb, reflect, or transmit energy based on what they go through. So, a lot of waves need air, solid, liquid to go through, or else they wouldn't exist. They wouldn't be able to carry energy for us. But some waves don't. Like light waves, they can just go through space. They don't need a medium. But sound waves do require a medium, which is like liquid, solid, gas to go through. And that's what we're practicing this week is comparing those. So don't forget, you can go to the translated glossary for Espanol vocabulary as well as pictures. This is a really cool spot. Then you can continue on. If we have time, we'll do group work, but just in case, you'll have plenty of time for independent work. And a new section this week is called In Case You Were Absent, so you can get links to the Nearpod activator as well as updates for how to get the lesson in case you were absent. Then I want you to read through a brief description of what waves are, watch this really cool example of sound waves, and then also what would interest you if you were going to get a job using sound. So you can choose from one of these 4 real people here and how they use sound technology in their careers. Then I want you to watch this video on page 1. What are waves and how do they behave? Remember, we're just starting with sound waves right now. And in this video is a simulation showing how if a frog croaks, like makes that ribbit sound on the moon with no air, or on land with air, or underwater, what might happen. And you can answer all of the questions just from that video, but if you have time, you can go to the simulation Excel and experiment, which is kind of fun. So definitely make sure that you understand the page 1 before you go to page 2. Page 2 is just a video where we're going to watch the first 4.5 minutes only. Then it gets into some college level stuff after that. And I want you to practice being a sound engineer by using the academic terms or vocabulary that we're just practicing this week. Remember, everything we're doing this week is to get ready for next week. So remember that question on the pre-assessment about if a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, would it actually make sound? Well, the difference then was just making a difference between sound and noise. If no one's around to hear it, then it's just noise. Sound must be detected or heard by like an ear, like our ears. Well, that happens because vibrations travel along these sound waves. Sound energy travels on sound waves, which are longitudinal. We'll talk about that here in a little bit, and go through a medium, in this case air, and are detected by our ear. So our ear is designed to hear the sound waves coming in to pick up that sound energy. So energy travels on waves, but matter doesn't. So you can't put a rubber ducky on a wave and have it travel across the ocean just because the wave itself. Waves don't move stuff around, they only move energy around. Yeah, the rubber ducky would eventually go somewhere, but it's because of wind and other things pushing it along. But the wave itself, especially sound waves, it must go through a medium, so it must have air or gas, which are the same thing, solid or water, and it must have this kind of pushing back and forth shape called longitudinal to be heard by our ear. So we're just practicing terms this week. Next week, we'll compare them with light waves. It'll be super exciting. So do your best on practicing these terms. There's lots of videos. And then my favorite part are the real world examples. And don't forget, you can then go to my MCPS classroom under Anchor lessons to get a ton of at-home experiments that work really well for experimenting with sound. So I hope you take advantage of that because there's a lot of really cool stuff you can do. And of course, we will be doing them in our Watch It Wednesdays for Wednesday check-ins. Thank you. Have fun. Bye-bye.